This is raw. This is real. This is Beyond the Cheque.
Merry Christmas! Yay! Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Cheque, and I'm Rachel Alani. So today, I want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Would you like to be part of this podcast? I want you to send a message or an email to the number and email showing on your screen and follow through the process to be part of this podcast. So today is another episode of Beyond the Cheque, and I'm right here with a guest. People have been asking, when are you bringing a man? When are you bringing a man? And today, I have a man here. So guess, who can this guest be? So welcome, Mr. And thank you for joining me today on Beyond the Cheque. Can we meet you?
Thank you. I'm Adewole Victor by name, and it's a pleasure being here. Not just that, being the first, just like you said, the first man on your show.
All right.
So it's a great privilege to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to ask you a question. Can you tell me how you get started into network marketing?
It's a long story
Okay.
because just like virtually most people have met in the business, network marketing was never part of my dream growing up. But here I am. So I got to know about the business interestingly, through my neighbor.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was staying in a student environment here in Akure. So I've been observing, this guy. It's a big compound, students lodge. So, but he's one of those that we, vibe together in the compound. And I started observing this positive, changes in him, his dress sense, because he has this peculiar way of dressing before, and his behavior. Then I started spending time away from, the clique in that sense. You will carry bag, go in the morning, come back. And there I was then wasting my time watching movie, hoping to just hit a jackpot. And so I approached him. Guy Alpha, what's going on? Something they happen. What's going on? Just tell me about what you are doing. So he explained the business concept to me, and I've tried a lot of things, in my little experience. So even though I did not really understand the details, but the overall concept made total sense, and it felt right there as what I could do. And I asked him, I remember, because I could be jovial. I was like, "Shit, now waiting you there." I asked him 3 times to confirm. He said, I don't be like, now this what I'm doing. And there I made my decision to, to join him. Although it took a while because I had to resign from what I was doing. I was working as a loan officer.
Oh, I was going to get there.
Back then. So I had to resign. So it took a while. That job is not something you can just drop like every other job and walk away. You have to balance accounts, do every proper documentation before leaving. So that was how I got started in the business.
Okay, interestingly. So I want to ask you this. Is it that you're also a student, and when you say you are willing to win a jackpot, I want to understand that area. And also you are working as a loan officer.
Yeah.
Were you a student, or what were you doing before network marketing?
Yeah, I was a loan officer.
Okay.
Back then, I was working at a small microfinance institute.
Okay.
Earning a stipend. I won't call that a salary.
Okay.
Every month. Then as a side hustle, as a guy, I was playing bets.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was a legend back then. People come to me for tips on
how to play bets.
On how to play bets.
Wow.
Including my sponsor. But so it was when he stopped coming and I started seeing
changes in him.
Better changes in him. That was when I was curious to okay, I can say I was a student. I was doing my master's. Even though that's behind me now. So I was in the process of doing my master's. So that was how I found myself in student environment. So I was doing my master's then. I was not serious because the reason for doing the master's actually was to get away from home. You can imagine as a graduate, you are being, sent on an errand, lolota, our African parents.
Okay.
Motin Lobisho, aṣọ àwọn aṣọ kan wà lórí imagine a graduate. I was like,
Yeah.
what's all this? So the moment I saw Futa's postgraduate adverts, I just jumped on it and just to get away from it wasn't as if I had a grand plan for doing masters and others before coming.
So I love your story. Your story is an interesting story. So getting started into network marketing, can you tell me what is your greatest fear? You know, you said you did not really understand the business when your sponsor was trying to explain to you, but you followed him because you see changes in him. So when you get started, what is your greatest fear? And do you even have support from home? Do people around you understand and support you? Or how do you navigate your fears when you get started into network marketing?
It was quite tough. I didn't mention that earlier. I was married. I was already married before I started the business, and my wife was already pregnant. So heavily pregnant. It was obvious. So that was one of my fears. How to make ends meet, to be the man of the house. And, I said earlier, I had to resign from what I was doing. So even though what I was receiving before was not enough, but at least something was coming in. Then I had to sit her down, tell her about, because she knew that I was looking for opportunities. So when I told her, she was like, okay, let's give it a try. And I will be honest, we did not have any plan. We just trusted the process blindly. I would say we trusted God along that line. So that was one of my fears. Expectant father, then going into a business that nobody that I knew I've done before. It was a new experience for me. So there was this, even though I've always, in anything I do, I've always believed in myself to succeed. But there was still that doubt that, guy, are you sure you are? Because even when I resigned, my manager, I remember, I was like, guy, Alpha, your wife get belle? I said, yes. Say, you sure you get plan? I said, don't worry, I will be fine. And I could see it in his face. Having that conversation with him, he thought it, but I had. Calling me crazy. This guy is crazy. Who does that? So no plan, you just resign, then go into something you have never done before. Nobody you ever knew has been in that business before and all that. So those were my fears back then. But I thank God for making that decision back then.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear that. So can you tell me, building your business and you are building your business as a network marketer in New Life International.
Yes.
So what status are you currently?
Yeah, I'm Emerald Director.
Director,
Exactly,
wow.
yes.
So now, Beyond the Cheque, how has New Life network marketing changed your life? Beyond the money and
yes.
everything.
A lot. I used to be this timid, quiet. I'll call myself an introvert. I don't like going out. I don't like socializing. It's like it's against my nature. But this business has helped me to meet a lot of people. I've grown as an individual, as a leader. I now lead. I usually tell my team that even people I meet that before, once you tell me, guy, you'll be taking a presentation or you'll be speaking with people, that moment I'll be scared. I'll feel like disappearing.
Wow.
But now, just give me mic anywhere. I will talk. So I've developed courage. I have confidence. I can speak to people, and the business gives me the opportunity to meet new people every day.
Yeah.
And I've also come to understand the true meaning of responsibility. Business wise, personally. Then I used to have this bad habits before. I used to read. I normally read, or not as frequently as I do now. But I before the business, I didn't see myself finishing any book. I will start, but I will not finish.
Wow.
But now I've developed a daily habit of reading. If I'm not reading physically, I'll listen to audiobook, podcast, and things like that. So, course of the business, I've grown personally as a human being. I've become a better person, a better version of myself, and a better leader, I would say. Or even though I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But looking back, the business has really changed me at 360.
Wow, I'm happy to hear that. So I want to ask you this question. Has there been a moment in your life, like a tough moment in your life, and you feel like in your journey of building this business, I feel like, oh wow, I think I'm going to quit.
Yes, I'll be lying if I say no.
Mhm.
Yes, I've faced ups and downs, and I remember when I became a team leader, when I had my own office, before, when you have this ever present, ever supporting sponsor, sometimes you tend to take it for granted. And so in terms of responsibility, I was not really bothered with handling my team. When I was with my sponsor, he's very active, so he does most of the work for me. So when I had to be on my own, that was when the reality, dawned
It's
on me.
you.
Yeah, it hit me hard. And I was fortunate enough as a young team leader. I had a lot of people,
Wow.
surprisingly, in my office back then. But maybe due to my inexperience, learning curve and all that, they left. So not all, but a significant number left back then. So I was really, I felt bad, and I questioned, myself. And maybe when I also started, trying to get results in the business and all that. So those moments tend to question, guys, sure you make the right decision like this and all that. But we thank God for, the growth so far.
Yeah. So that will make me ask you this question. How do you handle rejection? And when people say no to you, how do you feel?
Yeah, just like one of my role model in the business, Eric Worre. I don't, he doesn't know me. I don't know him personally, but I've read some of his books. So he said no means next opportunity, and in GoPro, he educated us there that we should not take prospecting personally. You should not personally, entangle yourself with the outcome. So that has helped me when I, meet people, tell them about the business opportunities, and they reject. It's part of life. It happens. And people are entitled to their opinion. So I just move on. And I usually have this mindset that in as much as I keep in touch, they might still, come around. Maybe they are not at that point in their life where they believe they need the opportunity. There are many people like that I reach out to them, they turn me down, then only to come back later, you know, tell me they are ready to embrace
do
the
the business.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you encourage your team when they feel down, they feel stuck, they feel discouraged? How do you encourage them?
First and foremost, I use my personal experience that, oh, okay, I've experienced this before. It's easier that way that, oh, I've experienced this before. I remember a team member of mine, my downline, we're talking back sometimes ago, and she was like, she's even worried that she's not getting, the right result in her prospecting, drive and all that. And I told her that I faced the same thing during my early days in the business. That in as much as she keeps going, she keeps. But the only if she stops, what I told her, if you stop the activities that you are doing, you're already guaranteed to fail because you are not doing anything. So in as much as you keep on doing what you are doing, it's a matter of time before you get the desired result. In as much as you don't stop. So I use personal experiences. I use experiences from leaders they can easily relate to. Like our team leader here in Akure, people they know and all that. And I use some of our top leaders as well as
So,
guide.
as a family man, how do you balance work, family, life, and network marketing? How do you balance it?
It's quite challenging, but it's easier when you have a partner that understands the business to some length. I told you earlier that before me, getting started in my journey in the business, I discussed with my wife. So she even does prospecting for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember my first downline in the business was our best friend. She's still in the business today. She's an executive manager.
Wow.
Building in Ondo Town. So the fact that she, to some extent, there's no way you can fully understand the business. We learn every day, but she understands the demands of the business to an extent. So that makes it easier on my part to balance business and family and every other activities I'm involved.
So if you could go back to your first year in network marketing,
Yes.
what will you do differently?
I will prosper differently. Because that was one thing I really didn't uh, really put myself into.
Okay.
So I was more involved in I get this result, the immediate results, and is in my defense. I explained earlier the situation of things at home and all that. So I needed something as fast as possible. So if I could go back now, I will prospect better and more frequently than I did back then.
So would you tell me why would you want to prospect better?
Because in the business, the more people, the more success.
The more people you could help,
the more
success you could achieve.
Yes.
So what is your advice for new people that are just starting out in network marketing?
Yeah, it can be tricky when starting out. Most people, even the most successful people in the business, they also face that dilemma. Maybe try to understand the business. I usually tell my team, as a business person, two things are more very paramount to entrepreneurs, business people: profitability and growth. So you can't profit in a business you don't understand. You are in a business, you don't understand the business, you are guaranteed to make loss. So in order to succeed in this business, understand the business. And it's very funny. The New Life has been so gracious to provide everything we need to succeed in the business. Like the 3 daily success habits now, use the product, share the product and the opportunity, personal development. But people take it for granted because it sounds simple.
Yeah.
So, but
and that is the money.
Yeah, and that's where the money is.
Yes.
As simple as it is.
Exactly.
Just do it. Understand why you need to do it. Get in touch with your why. Because starting something, if you are doing something without a purpose attached to that thing, you are guaranteed to abuse that thing.
Yeah.
When the purpose of something is not known, abuse is inevitable, according to Miles Monroe in one of his books. So, if you understand the reason why you are really into the business, I believe it will help you a great deal as a startup in the business.
Okay, so I'm supposed to ask you the last question, but I want to chip this in. Okay. What do you do on the days that motivation seems low, there's no energy, you do not feel the vibes and all of that? What do you do?
Yeah, it's normal as a human being. But what I do is I look into the future I want for myself.
Yeah.
Then I take myself back to the present. Then I compare. Am I there? I'm definitely not there. So why should I rest? We'll rest when we get there.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love that. So to end it, would you tell me one mantra or quote that's keep you going?
Quotes that has kept me going in the business. There are many actually.
Okay.
But there is one that's I've held on to. That when there is a will, there's always a way. I still spoke with a prospect 2 days ago. I was talking about time. I don't want to waste my time. I was like, okay, what are you doing presently? I'm doing nothing. So you're already wasting
the time.
Your time. And as a human being, except you don't want something, if you really want something, you'll find a way to get it. So that's my understanding of that code, that when there is a way, there's always a way. No matter what, you will find a way to get that thing that you want.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So before you go, I want you to tell us your name again.
Yeah, I'm Victor Adewole.
Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Victor, for joining me on this episode. And I'm really, really excited to have you on this Christmas episode. Wow. Thank you for sitting comfortably and sharing your story with me. So before you go, we have some sponsor that's sponsoring this podcast. Right. And one of our top sponsors is Latest Vibe Visual Production. So they deals with something like what we are doing, photography, videography, and then you are going to love their vibe, right? So we have another sponsor, which is Act Travels and Tour, and then they send a gift for you. So I'm going to give you. So this is our gift, a Christmas gift from Art Travels and Latest Vibe to you.
Yeah.
And we are wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance.
Thank you very
So,
much.
thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Once again, if you would like to come and share your story on this podcast, I want you to send a message or an email to the number and email showing on the screen. You speak to Janet and she's going to put you on how to proceed. So, I'm going to see you on the next episode. I'm Rachel Alani and I'm your favorite network marketing coach. See you next time. Bye.
This is raw. This is real. This is Beyond the Cheque.